Welcome to the Week 2 edition of Chicago Football Playbook, where we go back and look at some of the big plays from the Bears' previous game. This week we're going to talk about two plays, somewhat game-changing on both sides of the football, when the Bears lost 48-23 to the Arizona Cardinals. And you know what? It's been a lot of negative this week, a lot of bad feelings about the way the Bears played. So why don't we talk about the good play, the 48-yard touchdown from Jay Cutler to Josh Bellamy. Pretty simple why this happened. We're going to kind of go through the route combination that Adam Gase set up here that maybe helped get Bellamy open. The Bears opened, as you'll see on your screen right now, with this pre-snap formation. You had the bunch of the trips left to Jay Cutler's left side, Matt Forte and Martellus Bennett to his right. And this play, kind of went through pretty quickly. Marquise Wilson went out to the flat over here. You had Bellamy doing a little bit of a corner route downfield, while Eddie Royal going up the middle of the field, up the seam. Martellus Bennett was doing a crossing route over the middle, while Matt Forte went out to the flat over here. And what this did was it created some confusion for the Arizona Cardinals, and Bruce Arians admitted that Patrick Peterson blew his assignment. You had two cornerbacks, Gerard Powers and Patrick Peterson, go to the flat where Marquise Wilson was. Tyrann Mathieu stuck with Eddie Royal, and then it created Josh Bellamy wide open. As you'll see in these next two images, the first one a wide shot to kind of see where Bellamy got open, and you see the two cornerbacks with Wilson. In the next shot kind of from the end zone, you see how wide open Bellamy was. Jay Cutler could not miss that throw. He hit Bellamy, who was able to go for the 48-yard touchdown. And the safety here, Rashad Johnson, he had to patrol the middle of the field because we knew Eddie Royal was in this vicinity as well, and Martellus Bennett, so he was too late to make any kind of stop there. Again, the Bears have to thank Patrick Peterson a little bit and the Cardinals defense for the blunder, but it was a pretty nice play set up by Adam Gase that created the situation for a big play. One other important thing that made this a very key play, even though it happened pretty quickly, great pass protection. Take a look at this final image to see the clean pocket that Jay Cutler had. Kyle Long had a really good game on the right side, aside from one sack he gave up in the second half. But when Cutler was playing in the first half before his injury, the offensive line played well, as you can see with the protection here on the big touchdown. The next play we're going to break down Chicago Football Playbook was only a 13-yard reception. Didn't go for a touchdown or anything, but it was one of those plays you look back on the game and you wonder if things really could have changed had the Bears made this stop on 3rd and 10 against the Arizona Cardinals. You're going to look right now at what Carson Palmer had before the snap. And Vic Fangio, we've seen this a little bit when he uses his nickel or dime. Only one defensive lineman, that was New Bear Lawan Edwards down here. He had Jared Allen and Willie Young as the outside linebackers. He had Pernell McPhee lined up right up here against the offensive line. And then your inside backers and your cornerbacks, Shaq McManus, your nickel cornerback here. And what the Bears did was they just rushed their four and kind of hoped that their coverage would come through. And this is where the Bears almost made the big play, almost got their one and only sack of the season. Pernell McPhee coming right through the middle, was able to shed the center, get right after Carson Palmer. He had a clean look at him, as you'll see in the second shot. Normally, that's a sack. Pernell McPhee lamented it after the game. It was a big play. Jared Allen got the hit on Carson Palmer, but as he hit him, Carson Palmer made the completion. So let's now go to the secondary and see what Arizona was doing on this play. Now, we know that Carson Palmer was able to complete this pass because he wasn't actually sacked. Let's look at why John Brown got open and see what the Arizona Cardinals were doing with their routes. Larry Fitzgerald, who motioned it inside, he kind of just went to the post, went to the middle of the field, attracted Shane McClellan's attention, and certainly Adrian Amos. The tight end went out to the flat, which Shaq McManus kept an eye on. And John Brown, a nice comeback route. It was a very good route by John Brown. He was one of the better young receivers in the league. And as you'll see in this third image, he got just enough separation from Alan Ball to make the play. 13-yard catch, first down for Arizona. A couple plays later was the big pass interference penalty on Alan Ball, and then eventually Arizona Cardinals scored their touchdown. So you look back at this play, you wonder if McPhee had sacked Palmer, if Jared Allen had sacked Palmer, if Alan Ball, was able to better defend a pretty good route by John Brown. A lot of different things could have happened on this 3rd and long for Arizona. And the Bears didn't have Arizona many 3rd and longs in this game. Who knows? A stop here, Bears get the ball back, could be a completely different outcome of the game. But alas, Arizona converts, they get the touchdown, and they get the win. And something for the Bears to need to focus on going forward. They have to improve this pass rush because the secondary hasn't been making plays on the ball, and they need to get more teams like Seattle this week into 3rd and long. That'll do it for this week's edition of Chicago Football Playbook. Make sure you come back here every Tuesday and Wednesday as we break down the key plays from the previous Bears game right here on ChicagoFootball.com.